Hello all, in today's video we're going to talk about the Extra Life fundraising event that's happening in Everquest right now. And the bonus is going to be starting next week. So this is going to be a huge info dump video. There's going to be a lot to talk about. So please make sure you take a look at the descriptions for all the details and everything because I'm going to try and go as quick as possible to talk about things. All right, so first thing, Extra Life, which I like to call Save the Children's fundraiser. This started last year, was really successful. Player feedback was tremendous. Really good thing. Basically, long story short, if you haven't donated, you have the disposable income, it's worth it. It's such a good cause to help children out. So let's look at it real quick. Okay, so there's going to be individual and group awards. If you donate individually, you're going to get like the Braxy mount, the little dragon illusion, the little hat mount, a mercenary thing, and a golden helm. The highest tier is like $1,000. If for the group stuff, and this is the part that's really cool, if the community raises 125,000, basically everybody is going to get for a week 200% EXP bonus, more rare spawns, more loots, increased coins, increased alternate currency, and decreased collection spawns, which is for the ground spawns, and bonus evolution experience. These events are going to start November 7th. That's why I'm trying to get this video out in a little time so guilds could start preparing, and it ends sadly in 1 week. So this is really the best, absolutely best time of year to play. And again, if you could donate, please do so. Because you're gonna catch up, you're gonna do a lot of stuff for your guild, yourself. And this video is meant for everybody. Any style of play is gonna find something to benefit from this event. It's that good. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, experience bonus gains 200%. These are my suggestions. Again, everything is dependent on your own personal needs. Let's say there are a lot of players that are already maxed out, don't need anything, then, more power to you. But if you're still leveling up and things like that, ToV, ToL, champion, and paragon achievements, basically like the saviors, um, all the quest stuff, you save it because they're going to give you big EXP boosts during this time. So don't do it. This is only for the first time. It's for the achievements. So there's that. Overseer, we've talked about this many times in videos. Always Overseer, Overseer, Overseer. The things that are going to give you the most from Overseer are the highest hours, so like the 24-hour research ones, critical success, and dependent on the level of, your Overseer. Max is level 5, so doing that. Collects, again, this is something we talked about before. Real XP gets modified, not the AAs. The real XP will get boosted from that. If you don't have any of those or you have extra time, the zero kill quest from ToL expansions are great, or redoing mercenary AAs and like NOS, their 15-minute rip hops. For example, a great one is in Firefalls, killing the bugs and the little dinosaur things. They're easy, weak mobs. You mass pull them in one pull, kill them all. You're good. 200% likely more rare spawns. Hunters. Okay, so this is gonna be for group or raid people. All right, hunters, EoK, RoS. This is great for the heroic A's. These were the only expansions that required hunters done to get the heroic A's. And that's like the fortitude and all that stuff that is in your special tab. So there's that. If you form a raid, that's great, but if you don't have those resources, just go out and kill them. In live servers, this should not be hard at all. Hunters for ToV and NOS specifically for the earring and cloak evolve. For sure, the cloak is still going to be used next expansion. The earring, depending on your class and such, probably some people might be replacing it, but here's the but. It's still worth doing the earrings. The reason why is you learn the recipes through progression, and you want to get to the point that you can make the Type 19s, the Relizec Devotee augs, because it's unsure if we're going to get any new ones or anything, but those are still relevant. Earring, yes, for some, but the Type 19s 100% are still going to be used. So this is still going to be relevant if you haven't done ToV hunters and you like the Type 19 augs, it's worth doing. NOS, of course, that's non-negotiable. If you have the time to evolve the cloak, it's still going to be used. Useful drops from any name. We're going to talk about that in the more loots. Okay, this is the big meaty part, what we're going to talk about. Group content stuff. There are three DA clickies, and I can't spell DA here. I put Alakazam links in there, and basically Curse Raid Chandler, Totem Warrant, Feral Guardian Chandler. All the DA clickies are useful in group or raid setting. More so in raid settings as of late. There's been a few events where you could bypass mechanics by DAing yourself. These are all everybody should want these. Like that's why I'm putting this top on the list. Loosening the Horde cube, grow clicky for the group. This is a fun item, very niche, very unique. I would not say it's top priority, but it's fun to have just to goof around when it's the appropriate time. These are going to be dropped from the Warden or ooze types in Vex style of ToL expansion. There's a great camp for the Warden in all the way up towards the end of it. If you know the zone, then you'll understand what I'm saying. But there's this one room that's just full of just those. Specialization augs, very, very, very important. I'm still talking to people to this day that are unfamiliar about these, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time on these. First thing is Big C Summoner Stone. This is obtained from cotf expansion, and it could drop from any name in any of the heroic adventures. My personal, and again, it all depends on how fast you can plow through those, but always follow the money. I found for, again, personally, everyone is going to have a different opinion, and actually, I would love to hear what other people feel is their favorite. But always follow the money is my go-to one when I need to farm this for somebody. So there's that. Classes, and again, this is going to be very opinionated, but these are the ones that I feel are going to be important. Mages, druids, shamans, and necros should all get these because of their dots, right? That's basically it. Um, the other classes probably not so much. So there's that. Splinter potency. This is the evocation one for nukes. Basically, this is going to be great for many different classes, and I'll go over that in a second. But my go-to this one then is seeking refuge. If people feel they have better luck in other ones, please tell me. Comment. And for the splinter, we're gonna say mages, enchanters, wizards, and druids. I feel those are gonna be the greatest gains to that. Two manipulation. Basically, this is alteration. Um, this is done in static zone of Neriac fourth gate, and the way I do this is just plow the entire zone, run corner to corner, just kill all the placeholders and everything like that. Really not bad. Probably one of the easier of the specialization augs to get. And this one, here, Enchanter, Druids, Clerics for sure for heals. I know Druid heals, haha, but um, yeah, maybe. Shamans I placed here. I would say early shamans that are don't have AAs probably would benefit, but once you finish up max out your canny and your spirit and all of that other stuff, mana should really not be an issue for shamans if you're very diligent with eating yourself. So I put a little question mark. Early shamans, yes. Late game shamans, when you're A's and all that stuff, and you're geared up and everything, probably not. So there's that. Okay, Rage or Elephant, Circle of Power. Yes, 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 yes. Everybody should have this, even if you're like a cleric, just to get in the rotation. The other circles, Circle of Life, Guardian, all that such, really dated. I would not suggest those anymore. But Circle of Power 4, yes, 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 absolutely. Big yes. Terra Juju, I'd like this one. It's a low level cleric mark that can remove damage shields. This is from Crystal Caverns in ROF expansion. Useful. Everyone should have this. You never know when you need to remove it. One real big thing about this one is like the Valley of King Zorbre, the third one, and we're going to talk about that one. This will remove the reflect on the boss. Augs, type 5s and type 7s. I did make a link tree and I did add some additional stuff here. It's link trees, and I'll put a description obviously in the comment, the video. But here we go. This is what it is, and I really wish people would use this more because it's super useful and it gets updated as EQ resources updated. So, for example, if you're interested in the best Type 5 augs, this is going to show you all the best Type 5 augs in order from highest to lowest. There was a discussion on my Discord for my guild, and they're like, spell damage augs because, you know, they changed it that it works on dots. So here you go. All the highest spell damage augs. Now, one thing to note about spell damage and such, they did change it. It's like for casters, going by stats, intelligence, agility, whatever your is, it's not a horrible thing. Like a lot of clerics go wisdom. I see a lot of clerics go stamina and things like that. For casters, like whether you're a priest or um, like a DPS cast like Nuke or anything, the stats really don't do that much. Like I'm gonna be honest, there's not much gains. There's like wisdom and things doesn't make you heal better. Intelligence doesn't make you nuke harder. It just increases mana pool, and mana pool is only as good for the first cast of any combat. So, you put in an aug that's like at 500 mana, that 500 mana is gone in the first cast, and there's no return value afterwards because you should never be back to full mana ever. So while mana is nice to have initially, just to start up, there's no return after the initial cast. So heal amounts and spell damage are going to be something that modifies you during the entire combat sequence of whatever you're doing. So there's something to be said about spell damage and heal amounts depending on what your style of play. Like if you find you're running out of mana, then yeah, get a bigger mana pool. But if you're never not running out of mana, then you probably want to look into spell damage or heal amounts when you do. Hope that made sense to books. Okay, going back. Bard instruments. I put this here because I love bards, and it's very notable mention to talk about these, just because DA clickies are so important. There are two bard DA clickies. They share the same timer, but one is like from group content, and then one is from raid content. We'll talk about the raid one in a second. No, I don't have it here. Anyway, um, in ToV expansion, any of the tier 2 zones, so Tower, Velks, or Kael, any of the name can drop the bard instruments. There's the wind, the drum, all the four different types. Uh, the one that I'm particularly interested in is the Flute of the Siren, which is a targetable DA clicky, which is super nice, fast refresh. Uh, Again, many events, raid events as of late, DA can bypass the mechanics. So every bard should have one. Like that's not even a question. This is one of the most useful clicks. Okay, so the link is there for that. Rare drops, basically, like the blood stuff, the old raid gear, it will drop more often, and double when it does, which is really cool. Raid stuff. Okay, this is the fun things. Bifold, twin cast clicky. Yes. Many of you know about it already, but this is the third raid of Valley of King's Orb in ROF expansion. Um, the way I like to do this for folks is do Vanquisher for them, and then just earn the currency, and everyone gets it. If you're a caster, yes. Gorilla Throw Seal. This is getting kind of dated, but still does something. It's a melee proc buff that lasts about an hour. When you swing your weapon, it does a little bit more damage. And when I say little bit, it is pretty little in today's comparison. And this is from the Growlithe raid. Same concept here. If you do Vanquisher, and then anyone that wants it could just buy it with currency. And we'll talk about currency in a little bit. Ride of the Dark Rites. Yes. This is another great item. Basically, it's free cast for a few casts. It eats, your hit points, whatever, but who cares about that at this point? This is from the Plane of Shadow raid in ROT3. Same thing. You get Vanquisher for everybody. They could buy it with currency. Just know T2, T3 are different currencies, so you will have to farm the raids to get it. Another great one for folks. And I'm totally gonna mispronounce this. Vanellium. This is a all targetable poison click with a fast refresh from Arc's raid. Again, a must-have. It's very useful. There's a lot of raid events and group content that you get poison and you need to cure. Saves you a spell slot if you are a priest or hybrid class. Shield Immaculate Light, same concept here. Is an all targetable disease cure click. This is from the Lord Bale Tower of Rot raid. T2, if you get Vanquisher for everybody, um, they can buy it with currency. Sorry, go back with Arcs. It is merchant purchasable. You do have to just clear it. It unlocks with the last event. Arcs is not bad at all. Okay, this is with a sigh I talk about this. Heart or the Shard or the Statue. My guild, we did this last year when the bonuses came out, and they had a bug where there was so much loot, stuff didn't show up on the chest. So we spent time, and no one ever said they love Kael too. And we went through it and we didn't get it, but they did fix it. Okay, so they did say they fixed it and everything. So all the loots will show up. Instead of three, you'll get six. Again, this is the same thing that I was talking before. The Ralos earring is still going to be useful for some, and some not. So for the ones that do, why not? If your guild is willing to do it, get it, and you'll get more drops for it. Bridle of Flying in Prison Sokokar. This is the only mount in the game that's ludicrous speed. This is in Vishan's Peak and ROS expansion. And basically, with this one, there are three events, and this is what I suggest for folks. The first two events probably takes a couple of groups. It's not hard at all by any means in today's standards. A couple of groups. What I would do then is once you have the lockouts for the two groups, kill the DZ, terminate it. The last event that actually drops the mount is single groupable with, reasonable force. Like, again, this depends on your old players, but it's not hard. The third event is way easier than the first two events. So you gauge your force. If you're able to do one and two relatively easy, um, the third one is easier than that, right? And instead of one guarantee, you'll get two guaranteed mounts. Um, First world problem, if you box, do not get this mount on your leader if you use mounts to run because the others will fall behind and break auto follow. That's first world problem for sure. But please, this is public service announcement. If you raid, Please, please, please never go on mounts. Please. Oh, it hurts so much. Mounts in raids do very little. Like the mana regen is so minor, it's not even worth it. And then because of the way mounts work, the slow startup and you skid when you stop, it does not help when there are emotes to run away. So please, please, if you love your raid leader, do not use mounts ever in raids. I beg you. It's just one of the things that bothers me a lot when I see it. Mounts not great in raids. Really. The only time was a hobby horse during fear when that would prevent you from getting feared by Kazakh. That was the only time that I feel is good. Anyway, enough of my personal ranting. Next, this is the same DA clicky that I talked about in group content, but this set drops from Plane of Hate Revisit. This is the Plane of Tranquility Maestro raid. I like doing this one because it's easy. Takes you could use Merc, so um, 4 or 5 people could probably do this. You could zone in, kill about 50 mobs. Maestro activates, DPS him. Make sure you have corruption cure when he does it. Kill ads as they spawn. Profit. With the bonus, the flute thing should drop more often, so well worth it. Okay, there's tons more other stuff, and just for the sake of the video, I just shortened it to the things that I feel guilds or personal people will benefit most. I'm sure other people have favorites, so again, comment. Like, let's share information. Next thing, 100% increase in coins. I like this one because I tend to do the older raids. You're gonna get a lot of plat. Yeah, keep the split off all yours for leading people. That's yeah, do it. Next thing, increase alternate currency. Missions, if you didn't finish your type 5s, obviously a good thing. Raid currency for useful loot. So that goes back to the raid stuff. Make sure if you do this for your guild or you're doing a guild, get Vanquisher so that they get it. There'll be 80 currency instead of 40, right? Hopefully. Is that the way it works? Or 60 instead of 40? Anyway, you guys get the idea. It'll be more, so less time farming it for the week. You'll probably, if you do it the first day, you probably get 2 runs in during the bonus. So these are the raids that I would suggest for it. Arcs raid actually drops the Arcs ornament. I really like that ornament, and I'm not an ornaments fan at all, so that's decent. 40% collection ground spawns. Well, it's as simple as that. Ground spawns will spawn quicker, useful if you need it. So have at it. Evolving. Now, this is something that piqued my interest. I don't think that was here last year. As you guys know, NOS missions do give evolve. I don't know, obviously, since it's not live yet. But as soon as the event starts, I'll make a video to test it, all 4 missions in NOS. And if it does, oh geez, that's really going to be nice. 4% per mission, 16% per run every 5 hours. You do 2 runs, 32% in a day, times 7, 7, 21, 14. You guys get the idea. It's a lot. So if you still need to evolve your cloak, and it does evolve, grind out those missions. That's tremendous. And in between missions, Firefall bugs. That's my go-to spot. I would strongly suggest it. Obviously, many people still do it. All the weak mobs, mass pull them, kill them. Um, it will evolve the earring and cloak. So there's that. Okay, so like I said, big info dump. Look at the descriptions for all this. I'm just gonna copy it over there so you guys could have it. Donate to the Extra Life Fund, Save the Children, and the bonuses will start soon. So good luck, guilds. If you guys have any questions on the Vanquisher, just message me on Discord. I know them all very well. I do them um, multiple times a year for the guild. Um, what I'm doing, because people have asked me, in my guild, what we do on Drenell every year, we give tribute because it's an aging game and we've lost a lot of players, friends, brothers, sisters, um, due to age. Real life does happen. So we are going to run some NOS missions and, roll out in POK. Winners are going to loot. So we're going to give back to the server in memory of the people that we have lost over the years. And it's been a tradition. We've been doing this for 3 years now. Time flies, but um, it's a good thing. So if you're under now and you want to participate, help, or roll on it to get some loot, welcome to it. We're going to start. Let me see. What did he say? He said we are starting. God, my eyes are getting bad. So deserved. Wednesday the 8th. Okay, so if you're on Drenell and you want to come help or, roll, Wednesday 8th starting at 7 in POK. All right, well, thanks again. A long video of me talking, but I really hope people take advantage of this bonus. It really is the best time of the year to catch up, get things done, or do fun stuff with your guild and folks. All right, everybody, have a good one. Again, Discord message me and comment your stuff. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Appreciate it. Bye bye.